Hey.
Aloha. Welcome to Marriage Mondays.
We've made it here.
1 week in to the global shutdown. And it's our first week making it through the self-quarantine because we just got back from the mainland. And
it's been a long week, not going to lie. Anybody else? Yeah.
Yeah, and so, we were doing spring break, and now spring break got extended a couple more weeks.
Yeah, 2 more weeks. We have 3 weeks of spring break.
Yeah. And so marriage...
But don't go anywhere.
Yeah, because it can't go anywhere.
Right.
Marriage Mondays is exactly what it sounds like. Cindy and I are just going to try and share some things that God's been teaching us as we figure this out together. And, of course, we want to remind you that your home is not child-centric, which with 5 boys, it can certainly feel like it would be child-centric.
Yeah, at least meal-centric.
Yeah, meals, they just don't stop. And the dishes, they just keep coming. But your home is built on your marriage, which is probably why you're feeling so much tension right now. If the enemy can attack our marriages, then he's got our kids. If he's got our family, the families are the building block of the church and our whole society. And so, of course, we want to remind everybody that fighting for your marriage during this time instead of fighting with each other, that needs to be our focus. And so just this one little simple thought. Giving attention to intention can cut the tension in the home.
Whoa.
Yeah. Should I repeat that? Giving attention to intention will cut the tension in the home. Let's just go ahead and acknowledge there's probably already been some tension 1 weekend. I know there has been in our house. So we don't got to pretend that there isn't any tension, but it's what we do with it. And I think God is calling us to do is to pay attention to how we can be intentional with our spouses.
Yeah, I think something we were talking through yesterday that's been an aha moment is, our schedules are often so busy we're having to carve out time for family time. Now we have a lot of family time and it's good. But even in that, part of the intention is to have personal time. We've been telling our boys this, like if we just have nonstop time together, as much as we love each other, it gets to be too much because we need those breaks. So coming up for air, being intentional about, getting up a little earlier in the morning for us, getting up ahead of our kids, pulling away for a few moments just to catch a breath during the day in the middle of the craziness so that we're intentional with the time that we have. We have to be intentional about if we're not pulling away, even telling our kids, hey, get some space from each other just for a little while. If we're not intentional about it, then the tension will grow.
Yeah, and guys, let's pay attention to our wives. Let's pay attention to how we can help out around the house. Let's pay attention to when we see our spouses beginning to feel stressed. Let's not unplug. Let's actually engage and actually give each other some space. So like this past week, we're both still working while we're in quarantine. And so Cindy said, I need a couple hours. And so I took the boys, and then we flip-flopped, and then she took the boys and I took a couple hours. And I think
drove them in circles. That's all we can do. I'll circle the neighborhood. You get some work done.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Walk the dog. We've already walked the dog. Walk the dog again. Man,
very happy dogs.
I tell you, the dog is the happiest she's ever been. Maybe is so happy. But I think just, again, paying attention to being intentional and over communicating. If there's a frustration, unless you're living in a mansion, you're pretty much going to have to deal with it. We don't have a West Wing that we can retire to. We are going to have to deal with it.
Have yet to find that West Wing. And me being an introvert, I love my family, but I need my alone time. So for me, sometimes it's like, I'm going to go walk alone, so that I have to have that breathing room.
And as an extrovert, I need to give her that, even though I am starved to be around people. I need to make sure she has some room. So that's just a couple simple ideas. 1 Corinthians 13 says we got to be intentional about keeping no record of wrongs. So if you have a record of wrongs after the first week, let's rip it up, throw it out, and head into this next week of self-quarantine, of kind of praying that this pandemic will end. Let's head into it with intentionality and really loving each other right where we're at.
Yeah, and even just a little bit of expectation that this next week doesn't have to look like this past week. If this past week was tough for you, which I know it was for many of us, to even start fresh and allow Monday to be the reset to say, Jesus, we're going to start all over. That's and good. not just repeat the past, but this is a brand new day. Your mercies are new every morning. Great is his faithfulness. So we can start all over and start this week fresh. Even if it looks similar in schedule, it doesn't have to look similar in the way it rolls out, because God's got something new for you this week.
Absolutely. Please let us know how we can be praying for you in specific ways. Leave it in the comments below. See you tomorrow.
Drop it like it's hot.
God bless.